In this video, we're going to answer the question, what is the derivative of c times f of x? So in this notation, c just represents some constant. So what we're actually going to discover here is what's called the constant multiple rule, which is just one of many derivative rules. Okay, so we're actually going to answer this question by taking the derivative of c times f of x using the definition of the derivative. So let me remind you what the definition of the derivative is. So f prime of x, that's the derivative function of f of x, equals the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Okay, so I'm going to use this definition to find the derivative, or d dx. So that's another notation. It just means the derivative with respect to x of c times f of x. Okay, so we want to simply plug our function in to the definition of the derivative. And when we do that, it's going to look like this. So f of x plus h is going to become c f of x plus h minus f of x, which is just c f of x in our case, all over h. Okay, so what's maybe something I could do to work with this? Well, I have a c in both factors in the numerator. So let's just try factoring out that c on top. So if I do that, I'm going to have c times the quantity f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Okay, now if you remember back to when we were learning about limits, there's a theorem for limits that says if we have a constant being multiplied by something within the limit, we can pull that constant out front. So I see here that my factor of c is being multiplied by this entire fraction. So what I can actually do is I can pull that c outside of the limit, like this. So this equals c times the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Okay, but what is this? So we have c times this whole quantity here, but what is the quantity in parentheses? The quantity in parentheses is just the definition of the derivative of f of x. So really I could also write this as c f prime of x. So what have I just discovered? I've discovered that the derivative with respect to x of a constant times f of x equals that constant c times f prime of x. And this is the constant multiple rule. So all it's saying is the derivative of c times f of x equals c times the derivative of f of x.